Get started. So hello everybody, welcome to Tech Tools number 5. It's like Mambo number 5. So today we're going to be going over My Simple Slideshow and Animoto, so 2 video creating tools. So again, in the chat you should have access to the note-taking guides. You can take notes digitally, and you also have the sign-in, and I'll go ahead and post that again here. Nope, let's be friends. Okay. So there's a QR code as well. So if you were not able to use the sign in the chat box, there's a QR code. My name is Candy Vera, and I'm an educator outreach coach with IPSI and UT Gira. And I'm very happy to meet new people. So I was like, yay, I'm excited to see that we have some people from other districts. I'm like, yes, I have not met y'all yet. So today, again, we're going to explore My Simple Slideshow and Animoto, and we're going to also create videos to support daily instruction. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the tech tool, and then we're going to go ahead and walk through how to create a video using it. So if you'd like to follow along side by side, you can definitely do that with me. So go ahead, and if you can give me either a virtual thumbs up, or if you have your camera on, a thumbs up once you have signed in, and we'll go ahead and keep going. Okay, that looks like everyone. We're gonna go ahead and continue. So we're gonna do a little raise your hand. So raise your hand if you create videos to support daily instruction. So if you're someone who actively creates videos already, let's go ahead and just raise your hand. Perfect, awesome. So we have some people, and we have some people that are new to it. Some people are advanced. And then in the chat, if you can go ahead and put in, what are some tools you use to create videos? Let's go ahead and give you a moment to list some tools there. Screencastify, Genially. Old school and using Zoom. I think that's pretty new for a lot of people. I would say Zoom, although it's old school, it was pretty new to me. Play Powtoon, that's a good one too. Pre-recording some sections. Okay, great. So these 2 tools that we're going to be talking about today are going to be really good additions to the tools that you're already using. So if you're already using Loom and Screencastify and doing some pre-recording on Zoom and Google Meets, things like that, these are going to be great ways to enhance your content. So I'm really excited that there'll be addition to things that you already do. That's exciting. And as we go on, if you have any questions, you can go ahead and put them in the chat box. My lovely teammate Joanna will be monitoring the chat box, so we'll be able to answer all of your questions. So start with the first one, My Simple Slideshow. So this is a tool used to create videos, but what makes it apart is it uses doodles. So you can see on the right-hand side, it's kind of the doodle. I'm sure you might have seen it before. There's a hand and it moves the different doodles, audio and text aside. It is free. So there's a free version, there's a premium version, and there's an educator version. So I really want to highlight the educator version because the free version, there's honestly not very much you can do in there. Everything is pretty much premium. However, if you create an educator account, then you have access to a lot of the premium features. And what you need is you just need an educator email. Previously, you used to have to send them a copy of your ID to make sure that you were actually an employee of a district. But now they just take an email. So, you know, that saves you a scanning step there. You just have to say, I do work for a district. And you have options to a lot of premium options, like choosing different voices. You can record your own audio, things like that. So some of the features that are in there is you can collaborate in a team. So if you can work if on your content teams, that's always fun. You can host up to 50 students. So if you'd like students to create videos as well as assignments, they can do that too. You have access to different illustrations, effects, sound features, templates, and then again, the audio recording with your educator account. So there's a 4-step process to create the video. So both of these video tools kind of have a process to help you. So it's very good for the novice video maker. So the 4 steps in My Simple Slideshow are: 1, drafting. So the first thing that you do is you choose a template from the template library. And the educator account is really awesome because they post up templates for educators already, but you still have access to a larger gallery. So if you want to create a newsletter, if you want to compare and contrast, if it's a history project, there's different templates that can be used for that. The second step is that you're going to write a script. So this is where you would put the content information. So, and we're going to walk through this in a second so I can give you more, walk you through what it looks like. 3 is visualize. So after you have your script and the content that you want in your video, you're going to go ahead and add different illustrations. I like to call them doodles because they're all black and white. So they're not really kind of like clip art or pictures. I think they're doodles. But I guess technically the website classifies them as illustrations. And so then you can choose through those. And then once you finalize, that's when you'll edit your audio, music. You can put captions, things like that. So how to export your video. So once we're done with that, it gives you an option to either download, upload, or link. So this works with any platform, whether you're Google, Teams, or Canvas. So you can use any of those. So now we are going to go ahead and go through a My Simple Slideshow. So first, can y'all still see my screen? Okay. So first I'm going to kind of show you what it would look like, and then we're going to make a new one. So this is to announce an event. So if you have a quiz or something coming up, this is for upcoming tech tools. This is something that you could do here to create it. And so this one was made using a free account. So I want to show you the difference because we're going to create one in an educator account.
UT Gear Up. UT Gear Up presents Tech Tools. We are excited to announce our next webinar, My Simple Slideshow and Animoto. Please join us as we continue to broaden our technology horizons. Our Tech Tools webinar will be next Thursday, September 24th, 2020 at 4:15 p.m. For registration information, talk to your Gear Up coordinator. For more information about the Tech Tools webinar series or other professional development opportunities, visit our UT Gear Up website. bit.ly/UTGup. We can't wait to see you there.
So you can see kind of what's there. That's with the free account. Not a big fan of the voice, right? But there's not a lot of options you can do with that, with the free option. However, with the educator option, there is, and we're going to go ahead and do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new video and we're going to name it. And so we're going to be talking about theme, power and corruption. So I'm going to use this to actually teach a content. So I'm going to use this as maybe a mini lesson. And I want to write my own script. So here, if you have a PowerPoint presentation, you can actually upload your PowerPoint and those slides will come out as your script. So it saves a lot of time doing that. So if you're someone who already has the PowerPoint for your content, then that, hey, it's going to save you a lot of time. So, but for the sake of time, I'm going to write my own script and I already have it off to the side. So we'll move there.
Welcome to My Simple Show.
So before every step, they have kind of these how-to informative videos. They're really short, they're very loud, but they're helpful. So it's always good. So here you can see the template gallery. So it's educational. So the options are explain historical event, summarize. You can use a blank template, which that's actually what I'm gonna do. So, but just so you can kind of see some of the templates that are available, you're not limited to these in the educational. You can do personal. So there's different things that you can do here. Send greetings to somebody, a cooking recipe. Oh, professional, you have to upgrade. Good to know. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to blank template. That one for me is easier. Again, it's gonna give you a video. And so this is when we start our second step, which is writing a script. And so here you can see it gives me a title screen, the story, and then an end screen. Depending on your template, these might look differently and there might be multiple slides. So for my title screen, I'm gonna go ahead and enter my script. So I'm gonna put theme, power and corruption. And then I'm gonna start with my content. So I actually already did this in Word. And I'm gonna go ahead and just paste it in. So in Word, I kind of just wrote out everything that I wanted students to know about theme. So I have, today we're gonna learn about a common literary theme, power and corruption, but first let's review. So then I have a definition of theme, some examples from movies like Spider-Man and Hunger Games. So this sentence actually is an ending sentence. So now that we know a little bit about power and corruption as a literary theme, let's think about how it can also transfer into daily life. So I'm actually gonna move that here and erase it here.
Candy, when you put your script in, did you have those spaces already in so it would format that way?
Yes. So that's just me because I didn't want it to be one big paragraph. But if you can see the example right here on the right, there's two examples and they just have everything in one big paragraph. And you can do that as well. So it's not going to affect anything. So what it does is the program actually itself breaks up your content into different slides. But just the way I have mine from a mind. But also too, you can see I forgot to show the examples. That's a really good question. But they do have examples on the right-hand side of what to do. So then your end screen, you have kind of like your closing remark. Is there any other questions so far? I know this is kind of fast since I had already pre-scripted. Okay, so now is the fun part. So from here, I've done my script. I'm gonna go ahead and choose my visuals. Let's take a second. There is your intro video. So from here, you can see that it'll give you options. So it does the work for you. And I'm gonna slowly, just so you can see my script. So it's broken up my script into different pieces and it has self-selected things to illustrate. So you can just go through these. I always say go through them because sometimes either the images don't make sense or they're very repetitive. So this is how we edit them. So here how it shows a plus. If you want to have an illustration that goes with that word, you would click the plus sign and then choose an illustration. So I do want one for theme. Let me see. I don't really like those. So I'm gonna go with maybe an idea. So I like this one. So I'm gonna go with that one for theme. And here you can make it larger, smaller. You can choose the location that you want it. Power, I'm not really a fan of that one either. I like the big guns, so I choose power. And then corruption, I do like the money. I think that's fun. So then I would keep these 3. Then I would go to my next slide. So I don't really care to have one on today. Maybe learn. Let's do the gears. About a common literary theme. Power, again, I don't like that power. I'm gonna use the same one. And I might drag it down here. Corruption, same. What is this one? This one is literary works. I definitely don't like those tools. So I might say book. Theme, but first let's review theme. Themes are ideas that appear in literary. So maybe ideas, something else. The light bulb, yeah. So in here, that's essentially what you would do for each slide. And so I kind of want to show you here, expressed. Here you have characters. So if you wanted to change your characters, again, in the free option, you have about 9 characters, but in the education, you do have access to more characters. I don't think that there are any male characters. That's the only thing. Well, maybe this one. I think he could be male. It's hard to see, it's so small. Let me click it. Yeah, he's definitely male. So there's one there. Feelings. You can upload your own images. So that's another option as well. So I'm curious to see, well, yes, definitely colors. If you find your own images, colored images, and you upload them yourself, you can upload your own logos, things like that. So you can definitely add colored images in there as well. Like the main characters. Definitely want to add thoughts, conversations. So again, another key thing to put in here is really try to choose animations or illustrations that are going to go with your key points. So just for the sake of time, is there any questions on this step? Thumbs up, everybody's good?
So those of you who are joining us, we're so glad that you're here. If you will, I sent privately the link to the note-taking guide and the sign-in so that you have it.
And welcome. Yeah, awesome. So again, you do want to go through them. As you can see on this scene 4, there's 2 of the same ones for subject. And that's just part of my script. So there's 2 similar images, and maybe that's not something that I want to do. So maybe the first one, sometimes we can get theme confused with subject. Subject is a topic that acts as a foundation for a literary work. What's that one? No, I don't like the tool again. And then also too, you can go to used illustrations. So if you have some common words and you want the illustrations to match, you can do those as well. Opinion is fine. I don't want that other subject. So here we have that power. I want to keep it the same. Corruption, I want to keep the same. 2 concepts that go. Whoop. I have seen the maximum. Let's see. So I'm just, for the sake of time, I'm going to kind of continue to go forward. You would continue to do this for all of your slides, but we're going to go ahead and jump into the next step. Oh, no, wait. You can also add text. So I do want to add that. So I'm not going to add text just because I'm going to do captions for my script. But if that was something you wanted to do, you could also add text onto the slide. So I wanted to make sure you can do that. And you can also frame. So if there's an image that you really want to pop out, you can frame it. So then we're going to go into, this is the third step, visualize. We're going to go into the fourth and final step, which is finalize. There's your intro video. And then here we have all of these options. So we can kind of see what each one would look like. And we'll go ahead and play one just to see.
Theme, power, and corruption.
So you can kind of see, okay, I am like that. And sometimes I would say to do this because you can find that your animations are out of order. So then you can go back to your visualize stage and kind of reorder them. So one, there's that Paul voice. I personally like Joanna. Hey, Joanna, your voice is the good one. Just throwing that out there. One that I find particularly creepy, and I'm not sure why, and I'm going to play it for you, is Justin.
Hey, let me be the voice of your simple show clip and I will help you to bring your message across.
I hope it's not just me, but I don't know why I find it so kind of creepy. So I would highly recommend Joanna, and that's the one that I'm going to pick on here as well.
Hey, let me be the voice of your simple show clip and I will help you to bring your message across.
So I just think that one sounds nice. I'm also going to add subtitles. So this is really awesome for our students that are following along. You can add your subtitles, and your subtitles is everything that you wrote in the script. So that's helpful there. You can slow it down.
That's a great access point for our hard of hearing students, our language learners.
Whoop, whoop. There we go, accessibility. You can change the color of your doodles here, the volume. The speaker to me always sounds really loud, so I'm going to kind of tone them down and the music down a bit. We'll see how that sounds. And then also you can choose music. So you can actually upload your own music. So if you are a musician and would like to create music for your own videos, you can do that. I am not. So I will use one of these that are here, and I'm going to try Funky Groove. Let's see. That sounds kind of fun. So, but you have other ones. There's pop, some indie vibes there. So you have different options there. I'm going to stick with Funky Groove. And then we can go ahead and play here before you finalize. Any questions?
Theme, power and corruption. Today we are going to learn about a common literary theme, power and corruption. But first, let's review theme. Themes are ideas that appear in literary works. Themes are expressed through many means, such as in feelings of the main characters, thoughts and conversations, experiences within the book, and actions and events taking place in the narrative. Sometimes we can get theme confused with subject. Subject is a topic that acts as a foundation for a literary work, while a theme is an opinion expressed on the subject. Today's theme, power and corruption, are two concepts that often go hand in hand. Power is explored in literature on many different levels, from power over other people through to power over life or death itself.
So already you can see that the speed is kind of fast, and there are some illustrations that are too close together. So you can always go back to the previous step.
Welcome to the visual.
And it'll give you another video again. And for me, like, there was two right here. These were too close. So I might take out one and just leave the two. The main characters and thoughts, that was too close. So I'm going to take off thoughts. And then you can kind of just edit from there.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to slow down the speed. Thought it was too quick. Okay. So, and then you can also diversify your hand animations as well. And so when you're done and you're happy with it, you would finalize. Almost done. So the only thing that you can do is public with educators and free account and SD. I'm sorry if you're a fan of HD, high quality animation. And then it'll render, and typically it takes a little bit, it only takes about 15 seconds. Oh, there it is. And then from there, you can go ahead and download it, upload it, or include the link to your Google Classroom, Canvas account, or Teams. And that is my simple slideshow. So I want you to go ahead and take a moment in the chat and think about how could you use this in your classroom aside from content? So how else could you create a video for your classroom?
I'm wondering, Candy, can students use this?
Yes, so under the educator account, you have access to 50 student profiles, but since they're free accounts, you can have students create one as well. So there's ways for students to use them as projects. They can create their own videos just to express their learning. And it's pretty friendly.
So far in the chat, Deja says that we could use them for classroom expectations.
Oh yeah.
Rose says easy intros, especially to assist asynchronous learners.
Ooh. Oh yeah. I cannot present. That's fine. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so we are going to continue. Anything else anyone would like to share or say?
We have one more. Denisha says, I could have my students create videos for my AV course. And Mr. Crow also added, you could outline the daily instructions.
Yes, I love that. I love the instruction piece and AV. Like, I love both of them. I think it'd be so fun for students to kind of get a hand of it because it is user friendly and just to see what they come up with. Because, you know, sometimes they can be so creative. It's always fun. So Animoto is our second video creator. And again, it is extremely user friendly. So you create videos. This one, however, uses images and text. So whereas our other one uses the illustrations and doodles and kind of has like the hand swiping motion, this one you're going to use just images and text only. Of course, you can add music and some different audio uploading options as well. So again, there's a template library, an image library, and then there's different themes, background music, and video editing. I will say though, in the free account for Animoto, the image library is not very good. So I'm just gonna kind of preface that right now. So you're much better off using like Google Images and kind of putting Creative Commons on there and kind of gathering your own and uploading them, because what's in their free library is no bueno. It's not good. So Animoto, again, to create a video uses 3 steps. So the first step is you would choose a template or block templates. That's what they call them. Then you would upload and add images and text where you need them into the blocks. And then you'll edit, look at your color scheme, video styles, and background music that way. To export your video, it's very, very similar. We're gonna go ahead, you can download it and then it gives you a share link. So again, it's very friendly for Classroom, Teams, and Canvas. And we're gonna go ahead and do that now. So we're gonna go ahead and create an Animoto video. Or actually, let me show you one. And this is actually one on theme. So how we were creating a video for theme on my simple slideshow, I want to show you what it could look like on Animoto. So as you can see, two like exact same script, but two very different presentations. And so already, if it was up to me, and y'all can kind of chime in here, but I think that if you have a lot of text, Animoto is not really your friend. I think it's better to do that in My Simple Slideshow, where it kind of has these little breaks with the illustrations. I don't know, what did y'all think? Which one did you prefer, the animations or the images and text? Let's kind of talk about that for a second.
I think I liked how smooth Animoto was, but in terms of instruction, I like that My Simple Slideshow read it out loud.
Yeah, missed that audio piece.
I'm with
It
you.
could also depend on the age group, because your high school kids are going to be much more visual, they're going to want the prettier pictures. Whereas I think the younger kids would appreciate that definite, hey, I know what that shape is, I know what that is. And so.
Great
That's a
point.
good point.
Yeah, that's a really good point too. I think that the Animoto looks a little more professional, right? Like it's just smooth and nice.
Deja says, so far, I like My Simple Slideshow for visual learners and ELs who need icons to help remember things.
That's a really good point too. And this, I think too, content-wise, like if it's something that they have to read, you know what I mean? Like if there's a lot, I would definitely stick to the visuals to help them grasp, okay, power, looks like this, theme is gonna be this, the literary work. So I definitely agree with that too. And the Animoto is just really smooth. But again, like reading all that text and not having audio, it's kind of a lot. So definitely. So now we're going to go to our Animoto, and I'm actually going to be using this for something that y'all mentioned, so I'm really great, but to introduce a lesson. So I'm kind of going to use this as my welcome. So like a hey class, this is what we're going to do today. And so we're going to create a video from there. And again, as you can see in Animoto, there's all kinds of templates here. Let's see what's under tutorial. So you can do a how-to, at-home workouts. So if you want to create an at-home workout video, there's a template for you. Assignment instructions, I'm gonna try that one. Oh, that's kind of like the one I used before. Let me try a new one. Let's see, follow along, tabletop recipe. Step-based, no. I'm going to create one from scratch, but I mean, there's all kinds of other ones. You can search all new. There's a weekly series.
Kelly added a great comment.
Mm-hmm.
Kelly, do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, Kelly, go for it.
Well, you said an introduction. I always used to use Animoto as a recruiting video for student council. So I could shoot it out to teachers, and I could put it on the website and stuff. And it was visually pretty, and it had, some snazzy music. And it was really easy to create, which is part of what I love about Animoto.
And we have a question from Scott.
I don't know what that is, Mr. Crow, but I want one.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but I don't think that I want it. Avocado.
I'll try one with you, Kelly.
I'm not sure I want anything to do with avocado chocolate mousse. That's just me. So here we're going to go ahead, and I really do love that idea for recruiting, especially for clubs, but also I think getting students excited about a topic, like if you're going to introduce a new topic, I think it's a really great way to kind of introduce that too, like get them hyped up for the lesson maybe. So that's also really cool. So from here, I just chose from scratch because we're going through the whole process. And here you choose a theme. So I'm going to go with, see, what do y'all think? First person to put in the chat, we'll just go with that one. There's one.
I see your true colors.
Got smooth sailing.
Clifford said smooth sailing.
Yeah.
That's the one we're picking. And then here you can choose, so like Kelly was saying for recruiting, if you have an Instagram or social media account, you can actually fit it to that size. So if that's something that you have, or a classroom Facebook page or things like that, you can do that. I'm just gonna do the landscape for YouTube. And then I don't have any media yet, so I'm just gonna skip that part. So here it's gonna give you your first block. and this will be your title. So again, just to kind of get familiar with the layout, here at the top, you have your design feature, your music, your ratio, undo button, and then on the right-hand side, you have your media library. This is the one I was saying that's not really that great, but they have stock photos available here. And then it also saves any for your project. So if you've went to other locations like Google Images and downloaded the images that you want, you can go ahead and upload them here. And then just a trick of the trade, you have favorites. So once you upload images for other videos, they don't necessarily save unless you click favorites. So that's something that I already did. I kind of uploaded some images that I liked and then I just favorited them. So then that way they stay here in your library. But again, if you do not favor them, then they'll just vanish. And you'll have to re-upload them and nobody wants that. So for here, I'm going to go ahead and do our first block, which is going to be that introduction.
Candy, are you just selecting the heart that's on one to favorite it?
Yes.
Okay.
So I will show here if I like these leaves or different things. Let me see. I put education. See what pops up. See how everything is premium. So you put here, you can kind of put photos and kind of try to edit them, but most of what's going to pop up is premium and there's not very much that's free. So just kind of keep that in mind. That's kind of like a downside of their stock, but again, you can choose something else. Let's see. Maybe if I change the ratio. So here for this intro, I'm gonna actually use one of my favorites. I'm just gonna put a Gear Up PD and I'm just gonna drag it in and scale that because it's way too big. Still don't like that. Try another one. Nope. What about this long one? I think my internet hates me right now. Let's change the layout. I wonder if, So I definitely noticed here, and this is something that I had not noticed before, is that when you choose your different theme, you get different templates and layouts. So that's actually really, really awesome because that's not something that I noticed before or had with other ones. So how see there's some that have multiple media and text. I'm going to choose this one just for sake. I'm going to see if it'll look different when I do that. I'm going to go ahead and add a block, and then this is going to be for my intro. So I'm going to do text and media. Let me see, logo, hard cut. First, let me try this one. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put my first one here. Hello, class. So again, sticking with that same topic, I want to move it here. And then here in your writing, you can make it smaller, larger. You can change the color. I think it's good black. And then of course you can edit it. And then here, dragging a photo. Like that one. So, hello. So then we'd have our first block, add in another block. And I'm going to do another, maybe image and text, maybe in text. Let me do first. Let's try just a text. No, definitely I was going to do my why. Why are we learning that? I have another one. And a fun thing about Animoto is you can also put GIFs in here. So you can actually upload GIFs and put them into your videos. And since I did the same slide, I don't like that. I'm going to change my template because there's very limited options with this video one. So maybe, oh, what do I think? This one. It's kind of hard to read, right? Just for the sake, we'll keep it. I'm not a big fan of it right now, but we'll keep it just to keep going. So my next one is just a text. So I do a text only. And I'm going to say why. Why are we learning that? Because theme is crucial. Theme is crucial to developing and writing a successful story. It is the message you are sharing with your readers. And so as you can see on the bottom, these two blocks got out of order, so we just move them here. So it's really easy to edit your blocks. To go there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and introduce my video. So that's pretty much the end. So I have kind of hello, what we're gonna do today. Why are we gonna do it? Now let's start with our warm up. So for that one, I am gonna do a media and text. And then there's other options here. I might choose something else. These are all like for multiple media. I wonder if I can move this. As you can see, it's kind of just like a bunch of playing. You just get in there, playing around with it. This one right here. Okay, so I put in all of my text for my script. Let's go ahead and pause because I just did a lot and see, does anybody have any questions?
I feel like with Animoto, the more you use it, like the easier it gets. Feels a little, I don't know.
It is definitely the more you get in there and play, because it is very friendly. But again, like it all kind of depends on your template that you pick. Like there's some video styles, and we're going to go ahead and I'm going to change the video style right now so you know kind of what I'm saying. There are some that are a little friendlier than other ones. Like this one kind of has like some set that go with this particular theme, and then there are other ones that don't. So if we go to the design, like if you do clean cut, it just kind of changes. Like there's different, like you can have burst, you can have, it's still learning.
Candy, you have a comment, not a question, from Scott. He says, not a question, but on my simple slideshow, you can select don't show again on the intro videos, which seems like a good idea.
Yes, you could definitely can. I wanted to leave them up just for this video, but definitely please click don't show again because they're annoying. So again, with here on your themes, you can play around in here as well. So you can come into the font There are only so many free fonts. Most of the other fonts are in your premium options, and they don't have an educator option right now, not that I saw or was aware of. But you can do also different things with your text. So you can have them kind of blur in and out. You can do the chunky text. And these are all just different design features that you would kind of go in and play with. And then what I like about in here is you can make your video look completely different each time. So there's a lot of different things that you can do in here. And like Kelly said, the more that you play with it, the easier it becomes. You can do music. So there's moods. You can go with calm. And what I do like about Animoto is I believe there's about 50 different tracks you can use with the free option. What's Block Party? Okay. I feel like that's a common song. Does anyone feel like that? I feel like these videos, they have like common songs that are in everywhere. You can choose an aggressive song, which I don't know why you would want to, but you can choose dramatic, driving, edgy. So there's a lot more options in terms of music here of what you can put. You can even put like vocal and instrumental in there. You can go by tempo. And then again, let's just say if we're interested in exporting, you could download it, share it, or even upload the link. So any questions about Animoto? Other comments? How else could you use Animoto? Or any plans? Like how could you use it in your content?
So Clifford said it would be great for introducing readings and background information, which is awesome.
Definitely. I really like the idea of the background information. It's something, especially now that we're in a hybrid world, you can use it to introduce topics, you can use it for mini lessons in your content, definitely for the background information, something that they could access on their own after you create it. Love that.
Also a great way of casting a partial lesson on days out sick, which is terrific too.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Mm-hmm. Really good point. Okay, so if there isn't any other questions, I'd like to thank you. Thank you for spending your time with us. Thank you for experiencing My Simple Slideshow and Animoto. We hope to see you for our next session. So we're going to be covering some interactive presentations. So different tools that you can use for your actual lessons while delivering them. So that'll be Tech Tools number 6 on October 8th.
Great job, Candy. Thank you, everybody, for coming.
Everybody.
We look forward to seeing you.